The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm and heavy winds played a significant role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors. Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees Company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to get much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees. A genealogy genie, as it were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
Alright, welcome to the Roottrees Are Dead. This game caught my interest because it seems kind of like Outer Wilds. Like, I don't know how to explain it. This screen right here just reminds me of the Outer Wilds, like the whole mission tree in the Outer Wilds. So I have to examine evidence, search the internet, fill in names, fill in occupations, and fill in the photos of the Roottrees sisters who are dead. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees sisters' Got Milk ad. I tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought would be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're eating, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottrees is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is important. Plus, you can't make chocolate without it. And then I have this paper here. A list of men and women's names. A lot of them are Roottrees. Some of them are not. Okay. Actually, let me open this welcome text file. Welcome to the Internet Information Superhighway. Thank you for purchasing a new Cashew PC. Your PC is equipped with a 56K modem, which is fast enough to access any site on the World Wide Web, even those with high-resolution images. If you find anything interesting, be sure to print it out with your included high-end color laser printer, or burn a music CD to listen to later. If you want to revisit a search result, be sure to use Netscape Explorer's new history feature. Happy surfing, and remember, Cashew PCs are delicious. Alright. Spider search. Roottrees. The first few pages are filled with news results about the plane crash. Besides that, there are countless ads and conversations about the various products made by the Roottrees Candy Corporation company. Most articles mention Carl Roottrees, who was the president of the company. His daughters are also eulogized. Collectively referred to as the Roottrees sisters, they've been famous from a very, very early age. Candy. Crash. Okay. American school terms. Okay. There's a duck. Oh, I'm not doing that. I guess I can just search names. Candy root tree. Candy root tree. No. Can I move around here? No. Okay. Okay, I'm already kind of... Click on faces on your evidence tab. Okay. Oh, okay, so I need to figure out which one of them was married. And it was her. Okay. Siblings are in birth order. Okay, so I think this one looks older. That's just me though. Wait, that counts as filling in the names unknown female. What if I just like put some random... Okay, I did it. Okay. Well, if the sisters are eulogized, can I like... No. Carl Roottrees died in the recent plane crash along with his wife Brenda Roottrees and their daughters, the Roottrees sisters. Do they have some names? He was the president of the company as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. According to news sites, the Roottrees company plans to put out a press release sometime within the hour to address the absence of Carl, the crash, and questions they've been receiving. Once you finish placing the Roottrees sisters on the family tree, it would be wise to repeat this search. Brenda. You stumble across an auction for a black and blue dress that's a Brenda White original. The auction describes it as a vintage dress from before Brenda became Brenda Roottrees and started designing clothes for Root. The white and gold dress itself doesn't seem relevant to your search. Root is a pretty common word, although searches are not case sensitive. If you're searching for something specific, you should keep an eye on how it's spelled and punctuated during your research. For example, the clothing company Root always has a period after it. Okay. Oh. Root is a clothing company. They make clothes for children from toddlers to teenagers. Although their website is down, you find countless retail sites attempting to advertise their clothes towards the target audience. One of them has this to say: "You've spied the Roottrees sisters looking hella fly on catalogs, magazines, and posters. Now you can be like Riley, Rose, or Raina." Okay. I think that's them. Riley, Rose, and Raina. Okay, there is no Rose. You also come across a website from a collector of clothing catalogs. Apparently, Root has released 2 catalogs per year every year since 1984, and Reina appeared on almost all of them. There is only one that the webmaster considers a collector's item enough to mention. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree the Roottree sisters' mother, and Root's head designer appeared on one cover holding her daughter, Rose, in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name, Carly Roottree. Okay, so there's a Carly. And... wait. Okay, so Carly is the oldest. I think Carly. And then a Riley. Figure out what's incorrect. Okay, so then... well, I don't know their occupations. You discover a trivia page that lists its common trick questions. The answer to what are the first names of the famous Roottree girls? Raina, Carly, and Riley. Okay, I already know that. The explanation below the answer states that Rose was originally born Carly Rose Roottree. Apparently, her parents had planned to have a son, Carl Roottree Jr., but after finding out they were having a second daughter, they called her Carly. Sometime in the early 90s, a now preteen Carly strongly expressed her dislike that her sisters had RH names and she was the odd one out. Okay. Or wait. There we go. Raina is the oldest, and Rose is the middle. Wait, let me say that again. Okay, Raina and then Rose. Do I already have that? Wait, what? Raina is the most famous because she's the oldest. And Rose is the middle child. Okay. Okay, and they're all models. Okay. unlocked, nothing else. Booyah.
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired. The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch. The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine. The man who started it was particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives. Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives. Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here. Thank you, and good luck.
Alright. That is a lot of people. Maybe this isn't like Outer Wilds, this is literally just like a diagram. Well, if I already know... I don't know their last... Well... Elias Roottree was the founder and first president of the Roottree Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Roottree Candy Company. At the top, there is a picture of him and his wife, Gwyneth. That picture has been added to your evidence. There's also a biography section that has some additional information. Elias is credited for inventing 5 pieces of popular maple candy. Before that, the farm he inherited by marrying his wife only produced syrup. After 5 pieces became wildly successful, Elias spent his time and energy on cementing his reputation as a family man. He is quoted on the site as saying, "Blood is thicker than syrup, and that any child linked by blood to me shall be linked by blood to my legacy." The site enthusiastically claims that he made good on that promise, but offers no additional detail. This music is loud. There are a few more quotes about Elias from a book called Family Man, The Roottree Legacy by Bess Williams. To say they are biased is a massive understatement. Below that, there is a long list of accomplishments and awards, and one stands out. Like his great-grandson Carl, Elias was voted Watchman of the Year. New periodical added. What? Alright, that doesn't seem useful. I know I was supposed to search this again. Carl Roottree died in the recent plane crash along with his wife Brenda and their daughters. He was the president of the candy company as well as the clothing company Root. Okay, I already read all that. Okay, December 6, 1998. That's today? Okay, yeah. Today he died. We mourn his loss and the other employees that perished in the terrible tragedy. The entire Roottree family is in shock and requesting privacy. As the head of our company, Carl was an incredible man and an unmatched leader. Filling his absence will be difficult and may take considerable time. In the interim, we hope that you join us in looking back fondly on Carl and his family's triumphs and accomplishments. They go on to list some accomplishments. One of them seems relevant, like his great grandfather before him. Okay, yeah, I already knew that. Okay, so his great grandfather was Elias. Okay, I already knew that. Alright, so I got some pictures of... It was actually Gwyneth. Or wait. Oh, I don't know which one it was. Okay, I gotta look up Elias again. Okay, his wife is Gwyneth. Okay, Gwyneth Roottrees. Okay, she's Gwyneth Anderson. Shouldn't this be locked in now? Or are they not technically or is Gwyneth not technically a CEO? I don't know, is her job a housewife? Like, housewife. It is. uh, I'm kind of confused. Shouldn't those be locked in? First president? I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll just leave those for now. Okay, so this is gonna be Carl Roottrees. He was CEO. I don't have a picture of him. Always use a person's most recent occupation. So I feel like this should be like CEO. Okay. Okay, I already read all this. Okay. You've been in this line of work for a long time, so in fact, you developed a sixth sense for how useful evidence can be. The numbers in the magnifying glass refer to how many clues are connected to a specific piece of evidence. The higher the number, the more there is to find. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells, a list of famous people that you can find via a search engine. It's pretty rare to get something that useful. Best take advantage of it. As you progress, these numbers will change. Whenever you find more evidence or lock in family members, new discoveries will be added to the list. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's not very interesting. Okay, I can look into those. I already knew that. I was there for that. Okay, so I'll look up Jim Roottrees. He's a singer. And Diamond is his wife. Hasn't made an appearance since 1996. Okay, Diamond LaRue. Okay, new evidence. Although Jim writes a majority of the songs, Diamond is considered to be the lead singer. Yep. Okay, evidence. Okay, got pictures. What does this say? Only the great grandson of Elias could make this disco so sweet. Peter. I don't think I need that name. Okay, so he's the grandson of Elias. So this would be the son, right? Or one of them would be the son. I guess I don't know really which one. But only one of these three could be Jim because these are all notable. They're all married. Split up. Okay, so it's one of these two, I think. So I can try this one, I guess. Diamond LaRue. And then this was Jim Roottrees. I guess James Roottrees. And he was... I don't know what he was. He was like a... Oh, there, I can search his name. He was a music critic. New periodical added. I still don't know what that means. Okay. banger. Oh, I can't stop it. It's just gonna play now. Okay, let me look up James Roottrees. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he was a guitarist, I guess, or a musician. Oh. Okay, well, I think that means it has to be this. Okay, I guess not. Every time you get... Well... I mean, maybe they're split up and it just doesn't say anything about that. Well, yeah, I don't even get an option for a picture on these other ones, so... I think I'm just gonna stick with this. And then, I don't know, do I just switch this back to housewife or something? I don't know. Okay, well, let's look at Miracle Jr. He's a televangelist who is part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired across many stations in the Northeast US. According to a site called Clergy Watch, he was exposed and subsequently charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife Edith's sister in disguise. Okay, so would that be like Edith Roottrees? Okay, that's not very helpful. Clergy Watch. Okay, that's not helpful either. Miracle Network. You find a website for the Miracle Network, a production company run by the Miracle Roottrees estate. It's quite bare bones, but has the following blurb. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Roottrees. Miracle Roottrees arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still, with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and regained his sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 years later, Miracle Roottrees Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Roottrees name and took over and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Jr. spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. Okay. Okay, so Miracle Roottree. Okay, so all I know is that he's the son of Elias and Gwyneth. And I have no evidence now. Okay, but this is Junior. Okay, and then which one was... Okay, Junior was the notable one. And then Miracle third and his wife Nicole, who are said to be youth pastors. Okay. So if Junior's the notable one, he's a preacher, I guess. And then who was the other one? Or oh wait, oh, that's not his wife. Okay. Okay, well that would mean okay, it doesn't really say what his job is, right? And I also don't have a picture. Gwen Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress. That's important. Let me actually highlight that so I don't forget. No, not like that. Who was active in the 1950s. She often appeared in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after the flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes in one of her movies, which you've added to evidence. Did you know trivia? Gwen was the granddaughter of Elias Roottree. She couldn't have been named Roottree, but her father took her mother's famous name. Okay. Granddaughter of Elias Roottrees. I mean, I just don't get how I'm supposed to know. Like, is there a layout? Like, girls always go on the left, guys always go on the right? Or is it like, I don't know. I guess I know they're divorced though. So, yeah, I guess this has to be. So, when Roottrees, and she was an actress. Okay, actor, I guess. I don't have a picture of her, but her husband. I guess I don't know who her husband was. Okay, but I do have evidence with a picture of her. Okay, so I filled in 4 people, but apparently less than 3 of them are correct. I mean, I'm really not sure about... There we go. Okay. Okay. So apparently this is wrong. So I guess I'll put that. Because founder is not an option. Okay. That feels good that I actually made a little bit of progress. Okay, Lauren Roottrees. Distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. Is known for her book, A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Lauren released a few romance novels under her married name, Lauren Rafferty, to little fanfare, whatever that means. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection of diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II, making him a soldier, to coping with the post-war world as a young widow and mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered particularly relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style. And for a look into life in previous generations, after the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Lauren Roottrees. This included Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release by writing 2 new sequels, creating what fans referred to as the Court Jester series. You can find no recent details about Lauren, though she's listed as retired. Distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. Yeah, that's not really helpful. Aloysius, I don't know how you say that. Aloysius Herring Roottree, aka Red, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position and the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. So is there like someone that's like not connected at all? No. Okay. He's a fish now. Oh, he's just not even in it. Okay. Okay, so... Okay, I just don't have a picture of Carl, and then this is Brenda. What's her name? Okay. No, highlight. I wanted, to search that. I guess. I'm kind of confused how this isn't correct. Okay, and I can't find her husband. Okay. I don't really understand how this has 11 clues. Other than he has 5 kids, which I already know because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 counting challenge. So that's very unhelpful. I guess I can search 5 pieces. Okay, I'm searching Charles Lee, I guess. Nope. The Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2. Okay, no volume, just the Sweet History of Candy. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't really give me anything. Is there a way to like get rid of these? Because I mean, I feel like uh, I feel like some of these have kind of served their purpose already. Um. Okay. Have I looked at Lauren yet? I don't remember. I did. Okay, I guess the reason why. Well, I guess I don't have a picture of him either, but he's the president. I guess he's the most recent one, right? So he was the 5th president. And I don't have a picture of him. makes sense. Hmm. I mean, if I could find a picture of Carl, that would be helpful. I don't know how I'm gonna do that though. The Roottrees are dead. That's the name of the game. Alphabet Davis, Secret Searcher. Oh. Hmm. I don't like being stuck this early. Well, I guess. I guess I can move him. Because there's really only one other place he could be, and that's here, so... And then this is Diamond LaRue, obviously. Gwen. I already have her locked, alright, yeah. Wild Bill Williams. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, I can't find his name. And there's still one more notable that I have to fill out, right? Two more. No. Yeah, just this one. So, I guess that would have to be Lauren? So, Lauren... I don't have a picture of her. I guess I'll put retired. No, author. Okay, and then I want to see this book. Okay, A Life Between Wars. Okay, that's annoying. Lauren Roottrees. Okay, printing a lot. Whoa. The Squadron. Okay, caption: an attempt to recapture the spirit of Five Pieces photo, or of the Five Pieces photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the four of us stand together, and so we clumped up in the middle. And let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we included Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in. since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. Okay, more people. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't fucking see you back there. Alright. This picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Lauren's dad. Is that guy? Old. Lauren, where'd I put you at? It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it. And the three of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose, to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. I found out years later they never even took a second photo. Okay, below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottree's diary pages and The Life Between Wars. Lauren Roottree is on the notable Roottrees list in your evidence. I already know that. Jacob is her husband. Okay, Lauren, where'd you go? All right. All right. Well, that puts me almost 20% of the way there. So I'll cut this video off for now. See you next time.